Expansion.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Expansion. Today's the boxing episode of Expansion. I have the pleasure of having renowned boxing trainer and a very dear brother of mine, my boy Josh Lim, boxing in the building. How you doing, brother?
Good, very well, thanks.
And you have the honor of being the first guest to actually come back after being on the show already.
Yeah, being the first episode.
And it was the first episode as well, man. So good on top of good on top of good.
Yes, it is.
Massive week for boxing in Australia in particular. George Ferocious Kambosos took out the unified lightweight champion, right?
Yeah.
Lightweight champion of the world. Incredible fight. Many people are talking about it, so we're going to be talking a little bit about that. But also Josh has got a couple of his fighters in the building as well, so really excited to be talking about the preparation that goes into the camp, the fight camp.
Yeah.
Obviously, the boys are having to make weight and get themselves prepared physically and mentally for a fight. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. It takes a lot of fucking balls to step inside a ring, man. Like it's full respect to anybody who's got the balls to do that. And excited to be hearing about all that, man.
Yeah.
And good to see you too, my brother.
Yeah, I haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah.
With these lockdowns and all these crazy things going on.
You're just making too much money nowadays, man.
No, not really.
Very hard to pull you out of your gym in Homebush there. For anybody that's interested, you can look him up, Instagram and everywhere. Josh Lim Boxing. Kicking ass in the heart of Homebush there. He's got his own gym. Come a long way. If you guys tuned into our original episode with Josh, you would have heard the story, the hardship, all the shit that we've been through, drug addiction, sharing a cell with yours truly and doing that time inside and whatever, but then coming out and turning it into an amazing positive. So full power and respect to you, hermano.
Yeah, no, thanks for your help.
Oh, no problem, man.
No, but really, I always say that all the time, but no one knows the extent, but I know for myself all the stuff that you've done for me over the years.
Nah, and you've got my back too, my brother. I love you, man. Much respect, and it's a beautiful thing to see you rise and overcome adversity. But beyond, sort of coming out of this very dark place that you just keep going, getting bigger and better, man. I mean, you send me all the videos from the gym, and every time you send me videos, like every couple of weeks, you got new additions in there, new machines, all these frames going up and painting, and all the brothers helping you out with all of that too. So full testament, obviously, to what you mean to a lot of people, because I know that,
I've been very blessed. A lot of people have helped out to get me to where I am.
Yeah.
And they've enjoyed the place, and I've just tried to make it the best as possible. A possible place that they could have, like a little refuge for them to come and let loose and train and do whatever they want. So very happy.
Yeah, and also obviously coming out of the lockdown and all this bullshit in Sydney, just to see local businesses, not to mention brothers doing well, for me, it's a beautiful thing, man. So again, full power to you, and I look forward to watching the continued growth. We're probably going to have to clone you soon.
I wish I could be two of me, so I could be two places at once.
Yeah. But you not only train at the gym, right? You also go to people.
I go to people's
around.
Houses here and there, but I don't do much of it now. But I still little bits and pieces. I've got I've got some kids that I go to. A few bits and pieces.
Yeah, because you train children as well, right?
Yeah, I've got a couple of kids. I've got about 5 of them.
That's amazing, man.
Yeah.
And at the gym as well, for those that don't know, you've got the boxing ring in there as well, which obviously,
Yeah, I've got everything you need to train. Like the ring, the bags, the pads, some equipment for strength and conditioning.
Yeah.
And the connects for the people that have knowledge and stuff, help me out and stuff.
And you can get your car washed outside while you wait.
Yeah, sometimes by Nick Carr. No, not by Nick Carr, by the boys outside.
Shout out to Nick Carr and the crew at Crash Claim, man, our foundation sponsors, and also Q Corp Construction. Thank you for your support. And Paulie, Moonwish. Paulie's been on the hustle. We've got perfect in time for Christmas. No, we've got Moonwish on board.
That is correct.
He's a bit rusty, old Paulie.
Scented candles for every occasion.
See how long he took to respond?
Yeah. Your reaction time's no good, Paulie.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just shocked, Josh. There's no alcohol on his table.
We don't drink.
I'm surrounded by machines getting ready to go to war, and I'm going to be pissing up. That's not very responsible. Plus, this is the boxing episode. But before I go on to the next thing, Moonwish, Incredible scented candles. I fucking love these. Am I on camera, Paulie?
Yes, you are.
Thank you, man. I absolutely love these, and I not only say it because the guys are supporting us, but because it all started from me actually buying them from a friend of ours, and then the beautiful Cara, and then giving it to friends and getting feedback and whatever. And I thought, okay, cool, man, let's work with these people because it's something that I want to support. So Moonwish Candles, look them up on Instagram, hit them up, or hit me up, or hit us up, and we'll connect you with them. Perfect Christmas gift.
I actually have one more sponsor new.
Sure.
I love Thai food, right?
Okay.
Sawadi pies, man. You need to try them.
Yeah, shout out to the beautiful Tao with their incredible kitchen creations. Amazing. Thank you, Sawadi pies. Papi, Kambosos.
Yeah, wow.
Wow.
What an achievement.
What an achievement.
Yeah. I've been watching him in the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Actually been to his house a couple of times with Nick, because Nick sometimes does PTs with him.
Yeah.
A very nice guy, very straightforward person.
Yeah, agreed.
And he came to visit once or twice.
Yep.
At the gym, took me on the pads, shared some knowledge.
Yeah.
And we're always talking.
Yeah.
But at the time when he was coming to the gym, he'd only I think beat Mickey Bay, and he was on his way to fighting a man,
Selby.
Lee Selby.
Yeah.
And then he said, if I finish this guy, I'm going to go on to the next. And that next shot will be the big shot. And I don't know who it's going to be, because there was
That's right.
still top dogs versing each other.
That's right.
And the two top dogs was Vasily Lomachenko and Teofimo, and the winner out of that was Teofimo. So
yeah, that's right.
When George finished Lee Selby, his next challenge was
that's right.
Teofimo.
And IBF forced that fight, didn't they? Because Teofimo didn't want it.
Oh, he was mandatory.
Yeah,
mandatory.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Because Teofimo, if I remember correctly, he wanted to fight someone else.
Yeah.
Probably someone with more of a following, or whatever you want to say, more reputation or whatever. Because for the Aussies, it's always hard, right?
Yeah.
But then I remember, sort of reading about it. And speaking of George, I mean, we had George on the podcast a few months back, because I was leading up to the original date, which I think was June 6th or around that time. Yeah. And here we are all these months later. And
there's a long lot of negotiations, ups and downs.
Yeah, they got stuffed around by the different promoters, and then Teofimo apparently had COVID, so they had to postpone. And from memory, it was postponed 5 or 6 times.
Yeah, a couple of times.
Which is incredible. But it went ahead last Sunday for us here in Australia. Yeah. What an incredible moment. I've watched many boxing fights, and obviously, you get into it, but this one was special for us. As you can see, we're all Team Ferocious here at La Finca in Dural, but also on the show. Even Paulie, he still doesn't know who George is, but he'll come around. He'll work it out eventually. He's not a boxing fan.
Oh, what do you do?
Did you watch a fight, Paulie?
Yeah, I did actually.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I got a message from this guy called Rafa.
Well done.
Just said, watch it, and I did.
Yeah, okay. So what platform did you watch it on? Told you it was bullshitting. Fight. Yeah, incredible fight. Incredible fight.
One of the best fights I've seen in a very, very long time.
Yeah. Tell us how you read the fight, because some people, obviously, when you get a split decision, some people believe maybe Teofimo won. I'm not one of those people, and probably large majority of people around the world, all the experts, everybody agree, George won that fight. Yeah. But you tell us what you saw, what you thought about it, and what Teofimo did wrong.
I think just the first couple of rounds, he went out hard to try put it on.
Yeah.
But I think he gassed, honestly, to be honest. Maybe like by the fourth, fifth round, because he was only just doing these one shots.
Lopez.
Lopez
or George.
Yeah,
Lopez.
Lopez. He's just doing these one shots, single shots here and there. But then I think it took George maybe 4 rounds max to figure him out. And then he just had that game plan. He just had that heart, and kept pressing, and very, very smart game plan. And he just executed it like perfectly. Yeah. With these sharp, like one of the sharpest jabs I've ever seen, like in a long, long time. Just sharp jabs and constant combinations. Yeah. Just put on this
there was a lot of, I think Australian fighters will always cop probably the underdog tag, but there was a lot of hype around Teofimo. because obviously, undefeated at the time.
Undefeated.
And just taking out Loma.
Yeah.
But actually, Paulie, pull up from the podcast when he was on, because there was obviously a lot of hype around Teofimo, and he got the 2020 Boxer of the Year and all these awards and stuff. But George kind of broke it down, and he was talking about that on the show when we had him. So it's probably best to leave it in his own words, We'll just give Paulie a second to get his shit together.
Which one?
Yeah, Candy's photos from the weekend.
They can't say that.
We're talking about the first one, bro.
John's false sense?
You'd think so, wouldn't you? Yeah, we've got it all under control here on the show, man.
Paulie.
Which many consider.
100%. There's a false sense.
Yeah.
There's a false sense from not only from the fans, but a false sense from himself and his team because of the Lomachenko fight. But again, everyone saw the Lomachenko fight, and I said it to him in his face. I said it to him at the press conference. Lomachenko had one shoulder, didn't throw a punch in 6 rounds, started to turn the heat up, and started to put him.
Yeah, we saw that too, man. Very true.
Get rid of him.
Going very late.
Kettle of fish. I got a different hunger, different kettle of fish.
Yeah.
I'm from the get-go. I'm throwing a lot of punches, but my speed, my power, the way I move, my hunger and my willpower to win this fight is second to none. This is not Lomachenko. Obviously, Lomachenko is a great fighter, very skillful fighter, but this is a different kettle of fish.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to it, man.
I think you're always a lot of people don't mention that about when he beat Loma, there was a lot of rumors around that Lomachenko wasn't 100%.
Yeah, it wasn't 100%. Had a sore shoulder, this and that. But it is what it is. You're a fighter. You got to fight. Broken knuckles, broken hands. Doesn't matter. You have to fight. There's no
And I remember even a few of the commentary you can watch. Follow the people from the podcast and even on social media. They were bagging out George for being so confident and shit, but obviously he backed it up.
I always used to read all these comments, and so many people doubted him,
Yeah.
But he rose to the occasion, and the best George Kambosos actually came out that night. That's one of the best I've ever seen, and he's beaten 2 former world champions and just dethroned this young boy, Teofimo.
It's almost like, what are they going to say next, right? I think he's silenced all the critics.
I think big credit to him for dethroning all these people in his own backyard. I mean,
in their own backyard.
Sorry.
I hear you,
in their
bro.
own backyard,
man, he talks about
you got,
that.
Like 20,000 people screaming out the other bloke's name, and you've got your own team, your father, your trainer, and a few people behind you.
Yeah,
like at the crowd.
And he's one of those guys. And I think George mentioned about the underdog status as well. And we can probably pull it up, but he seems to revel in the underdog status, and I think basically what he was talking about was that all his life he's been an underdog, and particularly traveling to all these people's backyards, as you said it. We look forward to having him come home, and it's probably going to be strange to him to fight maybe as a favorite, who knows, but he spoke a bit about the underdog status, and we've got a little clip on that, don't we, Paulie? I think you're always going to be, coming from Australia, fighting an American boxer, or anyone from that region in general. I think you're always going to have underdog status. But how's that sitting with you, man, the whole underdog thing, and how the press has been treating you?
I love it. I love being the underdog. I've been the underdog many times in my career. My last 2 fights against, obviously, Mickey Bailey, Selby, they were both in their backyards. I was, underdog for them fights too. So I'm perfectly fine in the underdog status. I'm cool in my doghouse. That's my way of looking at it.
My man.
The game, the rapper said it, and you'll love this. He said it the way perfectly. He goes, "I'm an underdog. I'm cool in my doghouse. Come and test me." And that's what we're gonna do. Let them have that. That favorite. Let all that pressure build on them.
And the psychology, right, was a big thing, because I always felt like George had him psychologically from all the way back. Right. I think that even if you were watching the when they face off, the weigh-ins and all that, the face off and the weigh-ins, it's just, I don't know, bro. I'm just watching. I'm thinking, fuck, this guy's got it over him,
Yeah. He looked very nervous at some, like, TFMA looked very nervous at the last one.
Yeah.
The last going, like, the last.
Yeah.
When his dad was going off in the background, he just had his hands in his pockets, looking away from the interviewer.
Yeah.
Like, if you're going to, you got to show a bit more.
Yeah, and there was a lot of talk of that. There was a bit of dramas in his camp as well. And I think a lot of immaturity, not only from Teofimo, but also from his father. There's a video that we saw today which condensed essentially all of the advice that Teofimo's dad was giving him during the fight, and it shows it all like back to back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it was just
all over the place.
All over the place. You know,
I don't think they really came in with a game plan.
Yeah.
They just
too confident.
They're just gonna walk this guy down and thought that he'll hit him once or twice and he'll fold. Which is probably what their game plan was, because that guy came out guns blazing in the first 2-3 rounds.
Man, that was incredible, man. That first round was intense.
No sussing out, trying to look, and then George timed him and dropped him in the first round to make a statement.
Yeah. Was there ever a point where you thought, fuck, I think Teofimo was going to get him?
Yeah, there was a few times he was just backing off, and then I thought, oh man, this could be the last round, but then he weathered the storm. After the fourth round, I saw George getting a lot more comfortable and just had all the counters, had all the slips, had all the rolls. Yeah, right. You get clipped with a couple of shots, but he had majority of the things down pat. Like catching, rolling under the hook. Yeah. Catching him with sharp jabs and uppercuts.
Yeah.
And just busted this bloke.
Following the Selby fight, out of the sort of our crew, let's call them, I was one of the people that was saying, "Watch out, man! I think this is fucking on." And I think this guy's going to get him. The the one thing again that I was noticing was psychologically, the way that George was handling himself in his presence as well, because I met him only a couple of times and they were both socially, but he just seemed like absolutely fucking fearless. Yeah. Which obviously is a big factor in all of this. Bro, Australian boxing, is there ever been anything bigger than this?
No, I don't think so.
Don't think so?
No.
What would you compare it to?
I'll compare it to like maybe Costa Zoo.
Yeah.
I followed him a lot, and for him to unify all 3 belts, but then he lost to Ricky Hatton, which was the last one, which pretty much broke my heart, because I watched that guy. Like, I've probably watched every one of Costa Zoo's fights,
Yeah.
But he'd probably be the next biggest, I think. Or the last biggest, traveling around.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nah, I think it's insane, bro, and I think it's a great thing, because the guy, he seems to be, from what I can see, a standout human being as well. Loyal to his family, loyal to his culture as well, which I got a lot of respect for as well. Obviously, super proud to be an Aussie, but even prouder to be Aussie Greek.
Yeah.
So it's good that he stands by his roots and his family and all that, and he seems to be wanting to continue to do that. And tell me something, who's he got next and where?
Well, I'm not sure. There's talks about Devin Haney, and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I think he should be just patient and just enjoy lap it up a little bit, but just like, well, I'd like him to just do a few more like other fights other than him first, and then have a big one, like 2 fights or 3 fights in.
You think so?
Yeah.
You think he should pick his fights a little bit?
Not pick, but just a little bit less caliber, and then go for the big shot. Because that's going to unify all belts now.
Sure.
If it takes Devin Haney on,
Sure.
That's undisputed.
Sure.
Because he's got that one belt.
Sure. And obviously bring as many fights as possible to Australia, right?
Yeah.
Because now he's got the
he's got the shot.
He's got the pool that he's never had before to be able to do that. Yeah. Well, man, again, incredible time for Australian boxing and for the brother George. For ourselves, we've got a little bit of a relationship with the brother, so it feels like, in a way, it feels like we've all won, right?
Yeah,
and he's also sponsored by Crash Claim, and I know he's a dear brother to our brother Nick Carr, so it feels like extended family in many ways. Yeah. And just a Sydney boy, man. Sydney boy.
Local boy.
Yeah, cool story as well. I mean, the guy came from being bullied as a kid and whatever. So respect to him and onwards and upwards, and can't wait to see it all unfold.
Yeah.
Man, back to you, bro. You've got some things happening coming soon, and that's why the boys have come through, your fighters.
Yeah.
Tell us a bit about what's going on, man, and then we'll get the boys on to have a bit more of a personal chat about what they're going through.
The last 8 weeks, so we're on to our last 2 weeks. I've got my boy Ramson and my boy Bryan.
Yeah.
Ramson's been with me from the get-go, from the start. I met him through Peter.
And Mocky, the brother Mocky.
From Pete. And then we just, me and Rams have developed a good friendship outside, both inside the ring and outside the ring. And we've known each other now 7 years.
Yeah.
He's always been with me. Bryan, I met maybe 3 years ago. He's on to his 3rd year with me. And I met him through our mutual friend as well.
Sure.
And then we've just stuck it out. So Ramson's on to his 2nd fight.
Yeah.
And Bryan is, to me, I consider his 3rd, because the first one was a shamble because the bloke didn't get him his fight and wanted him to have an exhibition with another trainer, which I wasn't happy with. And the second one, he won split decision. He fought in March, and now we're on to our 3rd.
Sure.
And this 3rd one's in Bonnyrigg.
So tell us about this first one, bro. You were saying that there was an issue there with a promoter or something. What happened there?
No, Bryan prepared for the fight, did the whole 8 weeks, and then he didn't get matched up on the day of the matchups. And then I was just like asking the promoter, like, how come you didn't match him up, you know? And then the guy turned around and said, oh, you can have an exhibition with the trainer. I go, no. My fighter didn't prepare 8 weeks to have an exhibition. Like, that's not the go. Like, that's shit. Like, that's
so the fight didn't go ahead?
No, it didn't go ahead.
Okay, I get you.
Pulled it out and just said, look.
Man, politics and shit, I'm sure, other BS besides the sport itself, which probably what really matters, bro. But so you're training both these guys, and they're coming up to fight when?
They're fighting on the 18th of December.
Sure, where's that at?
At Bonnyrigg, RSL.
Oh, okay, cool. So we're all going down there, is it?
Yeah. Hopefully.
Yeah, man, we're gonna go support.
Yeah, support all the boys.
And if people wanna look up the info on that, do you know where they can see that, or?
We've got a what's the name? A post on Instagram, and you can get tables or chairs or general admission, or SMS me.
Okay, sure.
My Insta or phone.
Yeah. So Josh Lim Boxing on Instagram.
Yeah.
All right, beautiful, man. And you know who they're up against, or you don't really know? Because obviously,
they've already got Rams matched up with this other guy, but so is Bryan.
Yeah.
But they haven't just yet, because this guy that Bryan's fighting is having one sneaky one before his one, just to get one in.
Another fight, you mean?
Yeah, just the kid's fighting on the 10th or something.
Okay.
Somewhere else.
Okay. So what's your opinion? What's your feeling on the boys' performance?
No, they've prepped up well. They've trained very hard, and I think they're gonna. I hope they're gonna win.
I hear through the grapevine that Ramson's dying to have a bender after the fight.
No, he's not. No, I don't think so.
Let's get him in here on that note, man. Ramson, Bryan, come in, man. Let's have a chat. Josh, you jump out, man. Let's get the fellas in here for a talk. Boys, welcome to the show, man.
Thank you.
Boys, good?
Yeah, good.
How you feeling?
I'm great, actually.
Oh, good to hear,
feeling
man.
Good, yeah, feeling good.
You got the fight coming up?
Fight coming up, couple of weeks now. So it's usually in the last week you start bringing tapering. It down a bit. Yeah,
start tapering. And how's the prep physically? How's the diet and everything?
Prep's been good. Been pretty busy with training. Like,
I'm sure
2 to 3 times daily.
Wow.
But I'm training 6 times a week.
Wow.
Yeah.
Respect.
And you're doing the recovery in between.
Of course. And Bryan, tell me about, how old are you now?
I'm 24.
Okay. So is this something that you're looking at potentially as something you want to do pro, or
I would love to, if that's where I'm going to end up. But I'm a coach myself, so I'm using that as a resume, you know what I mean?
Of course.
And if later on I'm to become, I have the skills to become pro, yeah, why not?
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, because it's almost like many people can be incredible trainers. Many people can be even like sparring and all these things, but to actually turn it on the night, sort of to show up and perform. Yeah. It's like a different set of instincts and all these things, right?
You've got to be able to be calm.
Yeah, overcome that shit. Yeah,
bright lights, the noise.
That's right.
All the training.
Yeah. Set of balls on you boys, man. I couldn't do it, that's for sure. So you know who your opponent is?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, what's his name?
What's his name? I don't even know. But he's from the Sticks. He's from Wodonga in Victoria.
So we're gonna like talk trash a bit, talk him up a bit, talk trash, fire it up a bit, or what are we doing?
Nah.
I'm
just gonna So my fist will do the talking in there.
Well, that's good enough for me, man. That's pretty aggressive.
Not making enough money for the trash.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
save that for later.
This is us on our level, man. We're doing our best, you know. Talk it up a bit like the big timers. And all right, so 6 times a week. 6 days a week.
6 days a week.
But you're doing 2-3 sessions a day.
2 to 3. And then sometimes, like, I'll have one, but, like, that's on a Wednesday.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's incredible, man, because, you know, I don't think many people expect to hear that, you know, like...
Well, I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Like, it's my job anyway, so...
okay,
I'm always training, so...
Sure.
I'm always training someone or training myself.
Fair enough. So where do you train out of?
In Preston's, out of my garage.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, respect. Another hustler, huh? Doing his thing, man. Well done, loco. And if people want to look you up, where can they find you?
Blitzboxing.performance on Instagram.
Blitzboxing.performance.
Also on Facebook.
Okay, awesome, man. Well, obviously, we'll put up the links on our socials as well, so if anyone wants to check you out.
Yeah.
What's your background, bro?
Filipino.
I thought so, man. The pillows.
Yeah,
Pinoy power.
Pino.
They're sticking together, huh? Just go and stick together, eh?
Have to.
There's a lot of boxing DNA in the fields. I got another dear brother, Troy Andrews. Shout out to him. He's not a pro or amateur boxer, but he's a very much into his boxing and training and everything. And then whenever I see him, he starts talking to me about boxing and how the Philos had a big hand in bringing boxing to where it is today. And he told me something one day. He said that before the Philos kind of got involved, I don't know if this is true or not, but he reckons that, you know, in the Western world, this was the boxing style. But he reckons the Philos are the ones that turned...
What, they changed it?
Yeah, apparently. That's what he said. And Troy, I know you like to drink wine with me and shit and talk a lot of shit, but that's what he said. He said that apparently the Philos are the ones responsible. What do you reckon, Josh?
I've never even...
No idea. But anyway, we're running with it. We've got 2 Philos in the studios.
Well, George Kambosos did heaps of rounds with
Manny Pacquiao. Yes, he did, bro. Yeah. No, fuck yeah. And that I think that was a big part of the reason why he was probably so not underrated, but underrated, right? And he ended up paying $6 or something like that, you know,
good value.
Great value. And I know some people that put some money on it.
And me too.
We got footage of him talking about Manny Pacquiao, no, Paulie?
Correct.
Let's have a quick listen, man. 'Cause I mean, you know, we had him on the show, man. It's good to hear the brother. Because I know that the Manny thing is a huge thing for him because it was literally like 150 rounds or 200 rounds or whatever it was with fucking Manny Pacquiao.
Spent a lot of time there.
Yeah, of course. That's not on your record, you know. But it's Go ahead, man. Please give us an insight into being Manny Pacquiao's sparring partner. I mean, Manny, obviously, you know, a legend in his own right. Will go down as, you know, one of the greats. Tell us a bit about what that was like, because I'm sure a lot of your boxing wisdom and skill and experience came out of those camps training with Manny. Give us an insight into what that was like, brother.
The guy's a legend. He actually just announced that he's going to fight Errol Spence.
Yes.
Who is pound for pound one of the top dogs.
Indeed.
Undefeated, young guy, you know, guy that he's very fit in the welterweight division of Pacquiao, 42 years of age. You know, he's going to fight him and you know, looking to shock the world as well. And he's going to be a huge underdog as well in that fight. But, you know, if anyone can do it in a fight with Spence, it's Manny Pacquiao.
Yeah.
But, you know, a great guy. Learn a lot off him. 3 world title campaigns with him. You know, whatever he did, I was doing. 250 rounds of sparring with the man. And, you know, it's taken me to that, straight away took me to that level, knowing that I can be in there with anybody. So, you know, when people say about Lopez, he's too experienced, he's too this, he's too that. You know, he's nothing like Pacquiao. He couldn't even tie Pacquiao's shoes. You know, so I've got no concerns of being in the ring with Lopez.
Yeah.
Manny is a legend, and I know they're in my corner. I know they're supporting me. His whole team, I know a lot of the Filipinos, if not all of them, are backing me and supporting me because I have helped one of their own, and obviously they've always supported me after that. So, you know, it's great, man. I've got a lot of support, you know, not only from a legend, Manny Pacquiao, but A lot of people are supporting me this fight.
There you go, man. Yeah, I think it's one of those things where a lot of these so-called and obviously that doesn't go on his record. You get what I'm saying? 250 rounds with Manny, and I think another thing you mentioned in there, which is key, he actually went through the 3 world title campaigns, so he absorbed a lot of that pressure and all that. So I'm sure that's contributed to his victory last week. Who's your favorite fighter, Brian?
I'd have to say Manny Pacquiao.
For
to
sure.
be honest.
Fuck, you knew that was coming.
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah, man. It's like people asking me if my favorite soccer player is. I'm not going to say someone that's not Uruguayan. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Ramson, you're getting ready to fight too on the 18th as well?
Yeah, on the 18th.
Right.
Bonnerig, I think it's a Serbian sports club.
Yeah, I know Bonnerig Sports Club out there, yeah. It's the one on Calpasture Road, no? No, Elizabeth Drive. Elizabeth Drive, yeah, that's right. I'm from the area, bro, so I've been there a few times. We might have had a brawl or two out there back in the day. Shout out to our brothers, kako si, dobro. And how are you feeling about that one?
Yeah, I'm feeling good. Feeling the best I've ever felt, to be honest. You know, it's been like almost a year for me where you know, originally this promotion was supposed to happen in July. And it kept getting delayed because of COVID, the lockdown. Trained hard for preparing for that fight, and then, you know, couldn't train, and the event wasn't going to be on. So so then I thought, what do I do? You know, do I go out? Do I, you know, drink? Do I, you know, keep training? What do I do? So decided to keep training, stay fit, stay ready.
Sure.
And then got an opportunity again. So one of my friends, Jason, who's the promoter on the night, he said, look, I think we're going to be able to do the event later in December. Do you want to fight? I said, yeah. Look, I've been training. You know, I'd love to do the fight, because then all my training doesn't go to waste. You know, I've been working towards something,
preparing all year for it. Then.
So dropped, like, I was probably around 86, 87 kilos before I started training properly this year, and you know, I'm like 77 now, and
what's your
fighting at 76? So I got another, just got some water to cut out, you know, just drop a little bit more.
I saw you drinking a can of Coke outside on the way in. I was like, what the fuck are you doing?
No
You're
sugar.
like, nah, man, zero. I'm like, oh, shit, what the fuck? I haven't drunk a Coke in a decade, so I don't know what
One of the things you do as a boxer, you know, if you're trying to make weight, you're always hungry, man. You know, I'm looking forward to eating, and I know you said bender, but it's just looking forward to letting loose a bit, you know, eating, drinking. Just looking forward to that.
I'm sure. What's your first cheat meal after you finish?
Mate, I think there's a Macca's down the road.
Get the fuck out of here, man. You serious? You can have something better than that, bro.
We'll see what I can get my hands on.
Whatever, right? If Macca's is the closest one, then Macca's it is.
Get a pasta or something. Get something nice and hearty. And
so you boys going like super low carb, or what's the game?
Nah, I'm not.
Brian's not.
I've ate normally.
He's a greyhound.
Whatever.
Yeah.
If I'm hungry, I'll eat it. Whatever, it doesn't matter. But I'll train 10 times harder. You know.
Yeah,
I
get
That's
you.
all.
Yeah.
My body's still using it all.
Yeah. What weight are you now, and what weight do you have to be?
I am 62, and I need to be at 62.
Well, that's it, man. You're already there.
It's got Filipino genes, mate.
Yeah, true. But I mean, having said that too, some people, I guess genetically, not only they're hard to put weight on, but also you almost sit like in your division, let's say, perfectly, right? So you might have a bit of luck there too.
Yeah, I'm perfect, exactly.
Yeah, but the other thing too is obviously you being around the clock for some time now, being a trainer, it's almost like
I'm always moving.
There's no real change. It's
very easy to take the weight off too. Like,
you
know what I mean? I'm moving like maybe 8 hours, 10 hours a day.
Yeah, that's right.
Of physical moving, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I know. I sometimes watch the brother Josh's diet, and I'm like, how the fuck is this guy?
It still looks like that.
Yeah, that's right. But that's pillow power.
Lucky.
Pillow power
Good
for sure.
genes.
Yeah, I know. Man, I know a lot of, particularly Asian people, man, they eat carbs like crazy.
Nothing happens.
Yeah, nothing happens, man. That's crazy. That's a blessing.
It's portioning as well. They've got the right portioning.
Portion control, yeah.
If I go to one of my aunties or uncles' houses, mate, plates of that
of
big
course.
end up.
What's your background, bro?
I'm a Syrian.
Pasliwa?
Yeah, Basliwa.
Man, I grew up with a lot of Assyrian boys out in the area. Got up to a lot of mischief.
Yeah.
What area originally are you from?
So same area, Fairfield.
Sure.
Originally, ended up in Wetherill Park, and then the Greenfield and Edenza Park. Yeah.
That's all the same thing, really, man.
The parks,
barrio, the area, man.
Yeah, the area.
Definitely, yeah. And who's your favorite fighter, bro?
Man, I grew up watching Tyson. Loved Tyson.
What a machine.
They were his days when I was growing up.
Me too.
But then I had a massive love for Costa Zoo as well, being Aussie.
Of course, yeah.
And can't go past watching Timmy now on the rise, his son.
Yeah.
But George, mate, he's
what a beast.
He's currently the man, you can't deny that.
Exactly, man. You can't deny it.
What an achievement, he's world champ.
Does it G you boys up a little bit? Like when you see, obviously, because it's closer to home, right? Sydney boy, whatever, knows people that we know and whatever. It must G you up a little bit to do your thing, no?
Yeah. It does.
Sure.
I was really hoping for him to win.
Yeah.
I thought he could do it as well.
Sure, yeah.
I thought, if you want something that bad, you can make it happen. And
sure.
His work ethic is just,
incredible.
Unbelievable. He works so hard, and I thought someone should put some big money on this guy, and get a cash out, because the odds are against him. The bookies were paying well, for him to win.
It was like $14 in America.
I heard 13 to 1 in the States. So that's what I heard. Yeah. But down under, we were only paying $6.
$6.
Right? Yeah, but $6 is
I think the Aussies knew that he
had it.
he might pull something out of that.
Yeah.
But I had faith.
Yeah.
I thought he's going to win, and I told a few of the boys, put money on George.
Yeah.
Some people listened and cashed in. So it was
good on him, man. I woke up that morning talking to one of the brothers that loves putting bets on, and I was like, he goes, oh, you should, all right. And I said, yeah, I'm gonna put a bet on. I've never put a bet on in my life. The only bets I've ever put on was in jail with cans of tuna, and I didn't do too well with the footy and shit, right? Just to kill time. But I've never actually put a bet on. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna put a fucking bet on. And then I looked at him and said, how do I do it? And he goes, oh, you got to set up an account. I said, fuck that. Oh, we can go down to the TAB. I go, where's the closest TAB? Nah, fuck that. Doesn't matter anyway. To be honest, bro, I just love to see the brother win. You know? And whilst we're on boxing and you fellas, another thing I love asking as well is favorite boxing movie, Brian. It's got to be one.
Creed. That was a good movie.
Took the words out of my mouth.
I'm a bit older. I'd have to say Rocky.
Of course. Yeah, of course. All these things, you notice, right, it's very generational, right? Like even like favorite boxers, depends when you came up, right? Yeah. Because, my grandfather would say Muhammad Ali, right? Fuck, man, I know Muhammad Ali from
the greats,
movies and documentaries, but you didn't live it. When you live it, you feel it, so like it's in your fucking bones or something, right? But but that's awesome, bro. Myself, favorite boxing movie, I love Creed, but Southpaw is a good one too. I like Southpaw too, man. That Gyllenhaal, he's a good actor and whatever. Anyway, what about you, Paulie? What's your favorite boxing movie, brother? Have you ever watched a boxing movie, Paulie?
Yeah, there's this one, I think it was black and white, and it's like something about a bull.
A what?
Raging Bull.
Raging Bull. Wow.
No, I haven't watched one.
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't come up with some Spider-Man fucking zombie. I'm sure this is a boxing zombie movie. It's a zombie movie about everything, no?
Well, don't you want to know my favorite zombie movie?
Not really, but
on the boxing show.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, okay. No, don't worry about it.
Thanks, buddy. All right, man. Boys, all the best on the 18th. Bonnyrigg Sports Club, I think it's called. Bonnyrigg Sports Club, yeah. All the details can be found on Josh's Instagram. We'll have all the links up on with the podcast info as well, man. So everybody can check that out. And obviously a part of it as well is like selling tickets and tables and all that, right? That's more like part of the deal, no? So if people want to support, they can do that as well.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna G it up with the boys and come down.
Come down on the night,
yeah. Come down and have a few drinks and I'll be laughing at you from the McDonald's car park afterwards, watching you pig out. Hopefully with a win under your belt, man. So well done, boys. Hopefully. Congrats in advance, bro. Because as I said, to me, it's a victory just to get in the ring, man. It's a lot of balls. So.
Competing against ourselves, improving ourselves.
That's right, man. Number one,
If we get a win on the day, it's a bonus as well.
That's right.
Rafa, I have another segue.
Yes, tell me, bro.
You predicted the win?
I did. Well, I mean, when we say predict, all right, fuck it, let's play it. When we say predict, I mean, and this is in very early on in the piece, because I think we interviewed him in May, I think it was, before all the umming and ahhing and shit that was going on. But anyway, yeah, go on, play it, Paulie. You looked it up, so you might as well play it for us. So we're gonna have bragging rights.
Has come out into obviously my manhood now, where you take all the things you had as a child and put them into play.
I saw a bit of a mind dominance at the press conference. Obviously, these things are perhaps a lot more superficial than what actually goes on in the ring. I mean, ultimately, everything's decided in the ring. There's luck involved. There's all these other factors. But I saw you, your stance, your demeanor, everything was above him. And that's why I've been saying to a lot of the people that I speak to, which know a lot more about boxing than I do, but I've still been saying to them, don't discount George Kambosos, man. I think this guy's coming for it. I feel your hunger. I feel your drive. I feel your focus. And I think you're going to be shocking the world, man, in a couple of weeks' time, George.
110%. We will be shocking the world.
Yeah.
I've come too far to let it slip. I work too hard.
Yeah.
I've sacrificed too much, dedicated my life, everything I got.
Yeah. Your boy said it. Now, I mean, I guess it's important mainly because at that time, a lot of so-called experts were really slagging him out, saying no fucking chance, he's beaten no one, he's done nothing. And all the way through, but particularly at the beginning, when I think because the closer you get to Teofimo beating Lomachenko, it was all about him, right?
It was the same thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, exactly.
Who was Lopez before that?
Yeah. Exactly.
You know what I mean?
No one expected him to win either.
Yeah, well, that's right. I mean, he had a bit of wind up his side. He's American, so he gets that. But yeah, Loma was the fucking Lopez god, right?
Got all the belts, and then he won, and then he didn't keep working hard. That's what happened.
Yeah,
and George kept working.
Yeah, I just don't think he wanted that fight. I think in his mind he thought, I'm going to fight someone else. I'm going to, and he was thinking about Haney and all these other guys.
Wasn't present.
And then there was the COVID situation.
COVID and all that, yeah.
And then he went away with his partner. And
everything that I was hearing was the guy didn't want the fight.
Yeah.
For whatever reason.
Definitely didn't want it as much as George.
Oh, man, George was fucking heat seeker,
He's been waiting.
He was hungry.
Yeah, he was hungry, man. Yeah, wow. And that's what I always felt when I spoke to the guy. I was like, fuck, it's just intense, But, yeah, man, again, respect to him. Respect to you boys again on your fights. Good luck, man. All the best. Look forward to catching up with a couple of victories under your belt, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, and again, we'll be there to support. And speaking of support, shout out to our sponsors, Q Corp Construction, also to Crash Claim, meeting new friends by accident. And also, I got a little shout out. Rides Moto Gear, man. The brother Abe, he's blessed us with some of his gear.
Nice.
You can also check it out on the Disson film clip that came out a couple of weeks back. I was rocking his stuff, man, and I love getting all these gifts and all these things from the local businesses and not so local businesses. So hit us up and we send the love back like our crew at Moonwish with their scented candles. Ramson, thank you, man. Thank you, Brian. Appreciate it, boys. Joshy.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you, man. Thanks for coming all the way out here. You good, bro? Yeah? You don't want to say anything else?
No, I'm fine.
All right, my brother. Bless you, man. Thanks for being on too. Paulie, thank you so much for coming out as well, man, and supporting as always on production. And we'll speak to you guys soon, man. Expansion Podcast. Muchas gracias. Ciao.
See ya.
Ciao. Hey, what's up, guys? This is Rafa. Hit that like button. Subscribe, whichever one that is, whatever it is. Please follow us. Please you support. Share. Tell your friends. Like. Subscribe. Hit that button, please. Thank you so much.
Expansion.
Josh Lim boxing for all of those that don't know at home. Bro, your fucking phone. What are you doing? Yeah, man, we're on. What do you want? Yeah, man. Can you hear me yapping away? No, motherfucker. Nah, do it again. That's it. We're on now, bro. You fucked up. Yeah, we're on. Anyway, Josh Lim Boxing in the building.